Dear one and all, Namaste. Let's see these few questions. Swamiji, we are a little confused because too many people are attacking us in the name of facts and figures, especially about your Parivrajaka life. Did you really live 9 years of Parivrajaka? Please understand, I lived more than 9 years of Parivrajaka. First, you need to understand all my definitions, how I gave the clear definitions on Parivrajaka. First thing, from the age of 12, my spiritual master, teacher, she started training me to go for Parivrajaka and pilgrimage, temples, to yatras and everything. Sometime alone, sometimes she will accompany, sometimes send me with some sadhus. From the age of 12 till I came and settled in Bidadi, 2003, I can say till the age of completion of 25 years, or 26th year starting. When I completed my 25th, that's the time I think we started the ashram, and 26 was starting. So from 12 to the 26th beginning, I was spending my time in yatra, Parivrajaka and everything. Of course, the time I spent in school and college, if you deduct, all the other time can be considered as my Parivrajaka. All the time I spent in all monasteries, including Ramakrishna Math, I always said, during my Parivrajaka, I spent my time in Ramakrishna Math in other monasteries. So please understand, I always included my time in Ramakrishna Math as Parivrajaka because I was practicing spiritual sadhanas. And I was practicing many vows of Parivrajaka by not keeping money, not keeping anything personal and living a simple life. Maybe I stayed in some monasteries and studied spiritual practice and all that. Surely that also not so many years as people talk. Sometimes even when I stayed in different monasteries, including Ramakrishna Math, I never used to stay continuously. Sometimes I'll go out on Parivrajaka and come back and stay in different monasteries, different ashrams. This used to happen. And now we are getting more and more, collecting more and more evidences. Then once it is ready, we will publish. In 1995, some people were saying that I was in Ramakrishna Math. In end of the 1995, people have seen me in Omkareshwar. We are getting the documents, evidences when I was in Omkareshwar at some point and different things. Now we are collecting the evidences and we will present. So if you look, surely I spent in my Parivrajaka and tapas and wandering and spiritual studies more than 9 years. That's all I can say. This all put together only I call it as Parivrajaka. And I have clarified this earlier many times. Many times I said, during my Parivrajaka I stayed in Ramakrishna Math and other monasteries. And so, please understand, I spent more than 9 years in Parivrajaka. And in India, we don't go to schools and all so regularly. And schools are also not whole 365 days. In India, every year at least more than 150 days, half of the year will be holiday. Some government holiday or religious festival, some are this summer vacation, this quarterly vacation, this way, that way. And even if there is regular school, I won't be attending. I usually don't attend school regularly. Then even during this polytechnic, every semester you will have holiday. I just go and spend. She always used to send me on Parivrajaka here and there, temples and monasteries and all these places. I used to be with the sadhus and swamis and all that time. Then after that left and spent some time in Ramakrishna Math and then left and continued my Parivrajaka till 2003, means 25th year completed. So if you see the whole thing, 12 to 26 beginning and deduct my time, school days, the days I spent in school and the little time I spent in the polytechnic, everything else is Parivrajaka only. So I have said about this many times earlier. The problem is when I say all these things, it's a truth. And these people try some way to create some, they pick up different statements here and there and try to make their meanings out of it. That's all. Can enlightened masters also have karma? Or is it all because you have taken on the karmas of your devotees? No. Enlightened masters do not have any karma. All the karmas they take from devotees when they heal and all also do not affect the enlightened masters. See, when I heal, there is so much of negative karma gathers. Because he is healed, so much of positive karma comes, the good karma, because he is healed, that joy. And his karma is taken away, that negativity. So this too does not affect me. Whoever supports the master's mission and feels connected, for all of them good karma goes. Whoever has that vidarka, for them good karma goes. Whoever talks negative, ill and try to abuse, defame, disrespect, and for all of them this bad karma goes. I never enjoy good karma or bad karma. Whoever wants to enjoy good karma, they enjoy. Whoever wants to enjoy bad karma, they enjoy. That's why I always tell people, even if you suspect somebody is enlightened, don't talk ill about them. Don't talk ill about them. Unnecessarily why accumulate karma? I always tell people. So I never curse people. They themselves accumulate whatever karma they want. I have lot of good karma, lot of bad karma, both are there. Whoever wants whatever they accumulate, they take it and they enjoy. It is their freedom. I only wish good for everybody. Let everybody be blissful, that's all.